terrorism is not the only kind of security problem. There are other kinds of delinquency. There are other kinds of criminality. The thing I would really want people to focus on is we are not arguing for zero, and we are arguing for selection. We are arguing that people who are likely to succeed here, who have deep family contacts, and who really are at risk because of their liberal democratic views inside the Middle East, yes, they belong in the West. But understand, we're talking about a population that, although many of it is urban, is 1/5 agricultural population. It's a population median or typical levels of education are 6 years, less for women. High levels of religious fundamentalism, and although they have higher levels of human development than we experience in Somalia, this is not like the people in Iraq, many of whom had worked with the U.S. Armed Forces, and that really was the urban elite of Iraq. Different populations succeed in different ways or fail in different ways, and one of the things that has been disturbing about this debate, especially from not so much our opponents here who have been very candid, but from the president and others, is that there really has been a selling job that refuses to deal with the real dangers and problems. And they show up not just in the first generation, but it is not acceptable to say that refugees are no problem. All the terrorist incidents involve their children. That is not, to my mind, a good answer.
All right, David Miliband, to respond.
Look, a very famous American Senator, Daniel Patrick Moynihan, said, "You're entitled to your own opinions, you're not entitled to your own facts." It's really important that we hold on to the facts here. 785,000 refugees since 2001, 115,000 Iraqis, 5 arrested for terrorist offenses, none of them committing terrorist acts, 3 of them out of the country. How many Syrian refugees have been arrested in the United States for terrorist-related offenses? The answer is 0. 0 Syrian refugees have been arrested for terrorism-related offenses. Now, when we put those facts, David says, it's not just about terrorism, they're likely to be delinquents. And so we're then on to another argument, where he says, don't worry about the terrorism, that's not my main point. I'm worried that they're going to become, that they're not going to be employed, or that their sons and daughters are not going to be employed. The responsibility then is, what is the integration system? And the integration system that I can speak to you about from 26 cities in which we work is one where 80% of people from Syria are in work within 6 months. Now, the way in which you achieve that is by ensuring that you do give people the help. As it happens, 31% of Syrians arriving in the United States have got upper secondary or university education. Not all of them. Some of them have only got 6 years of education. Those who have 6 years of education need a lot of extra help. The man who was in the box at the State of the Union last night was a surgeon with 3 PhDs. He doesn't need extra education, he needs a chance to restart his life. And I would say to you that it's very, very important that you hold us to account for facts and separate them out from opinions. And I do want to follow up one point, because you said I could earlier.
I did.
Right. So I asked the question earlier, how many?
How many?
If not 100,000, how many?
All right. And after this, I want to go to audience questions, so we're going to move on to that, just so you know, get ready for that.
My answer is qualitative, not quantitative, and that's important. So the fact that you have had such good success with your 415 people tells me that you have chosen very well people who are going to integrate in the West.
We don't choose them. We don't
congratulations.
choose them, David. We don't choose them. We don't choose them.